The folklore revolving around the Alma Cemetery is that it is haunted for two reasons. One is that it appears that the people buried there simply refuse to leave. Thrill seekers often go out at night to the cemetery and take photographs. In some of the recent photos, some very eerie images such as mist-like figures and orbs have been seen in these photos. The other reason is a legend of the Devil's Chair. As the story goes, in the early 1800s, an old man owned some farmland, and as this town was being developed, the town officials of Alma went out to the man's land and tried to encourage him to sell his land for a cemetery site. But the old man said, "No way." They kept trying and the man kept refusing. But one day, while the man was getting water from his well, the legend is that someone snuck up behind him and pushed him into that well. Several weeks went by. Then the officials of the town went out for one more try to encourage the farm owner to sell again. To their chagrin, they couldn't find him anywhere. And then someone noticed the horrible smell that seemed to come from the well. The sheriff was with them, and he ordered them to not go near the well. Later that night, strangely enough, the well was boarded up and locks were placed on the gates of the property. So the farmer's land became the town cemetery. Then, in the 1980s, some teens decided they would go out and investigate the ghost, the old man of the cemetery. One of these teens dared another to set on the closed well. And as fate would have it, that teen did set in fact on that well. Then they heard a horrible sound. They looked around everywhere, yet couldn't see anything. But when they turned, they looked nervously over at the well, and the young man was gone. They joked about it for a while and said, "Well, we'll see him at school tomorrow." But that teen was never to be seen again. There have been other instances as well, where people have gone out and sat in the cemetery on the Devil's Chair, and they were never seen again as well. Some people say that this farmer is reaching through the old rotten, broken boards and getting revenge on the town that took his land and ultimately took his life. To this day, the Devil's Chair is one of America's most haunted